Hello, my YouTube family. Welcome to my channel Shakti Sutra. Don't forget to subscribe my channel if you like my videos and want to see more like this. There are top 15 signs to know if he is in love with you. Without wasting any time, let's see if he is or not. 1. You're part of their social media. Like it or not, social media is here to stay, and Bullock says if your partner involves you in their socials, whether that's posting about you, tagging you, or simply being chill about you looking over their shoulder when they scroll, it might show they're not afraid to take you public, she explains. While that doesn't mean they have to post about you nonstop, at least occasional social media interaction likely means they want the world to know you're an item, and they also have nothing to hide as far as illicit online relationships. 2. They talk about a future with you in it. We don't mean they've planned out your wedding, but when your partner mentions something like how cute your kids would be, or how they want to go backpacking with you next semester, Bullock explains that's a clear sign they can at least picture a future with you. The future is where people's dreams live, and including you in those dreams is a pretty sure sign they're in love with you, she says. 3. They never leave you wondering when, or if, you're going to see them next. Someone who likes you is going to make plans with you, end of story. Someone who loves you is going to make sure they always know exactly when they'll be seeing you next. If they're already planning your next date before they even kiss you goodbye, and it seems like all their free time is going straight to you, there's a good chance love is in the air. So, how long does it take to fall in love? 4. They're emotionally intimate with you. Being physically intimate is one thing, but being vulnerable and sharing intimate details is a whole other, and it could be a sign your SO feels safe with you. These details could be anything from sharing a most embarrassing moment to telling you about their first experience with depression, Bullock says. If they trust you with the parts of them that they hide from other people, you can be sure that they care for you on a deep level. 5. They want to meet your friends and family. If introducing them to your family is NBD, they actually want to join your friends for brunch, and they can't wait to be your plus one to your cousin's wedding next month. That's someone who probably has some pretty intense feelings. A person who is eager to be a part of your whole life, including your friendships and family life, is probably someone whose feelings are getting pretty serious. In other words, yeah, they love you. 6. They pick up thoughtful gifts for you. Even if they're not the best gift giver in the world, they buy you socks with corgis on them just because they know you love corgis. Know what I mean? They pay attention to things you mention or at least try to find something you didn't even know you needed. 7. They inadvertently do tasks and chores you hate. Okay, so some people just aren't big on gifts, and that's fine, it's a love language, after all. But if your partner is doing your dishes, taking your trash out, making your bed in the AM, or doing any sort of chore/necessity you would otherwise hate doing yourself, it's a pretty good sign they have the hots for you, says Alex Z, 29. Now we don't mean they're scrubbing your entire apartment, but if so, yay, but checking off those pesky task items you despise, without you asking, is a V good sign. It's also V convenient when your dishes keep stacking up. Hi. Are you missing these first date red flags? 8. They try to get into the things you like. Like, maybe he sat through an entire season of The Bachelor and listened to you rant about the contestants just because. If it makes her happy, then it makes me happy, says Francisco C., 26. This doesn't mean they have to like everything you like or even end up liking it at all, but showing interest in the things that get you excited shows a desire to connect with you on multiple levels. 9. They remember small details. Maybe when the holidays roll around they surprise you with the exact bag you mentioned literal months ago, maybe they remember exactly what you were wearing on your first date, or maybe they've memorized every detail of that funny story you told them once about that embarrassing thing you did on the bus in high school. The point is, someone who's paying attention to the little things is definitely falling in love. 10. They're reminded of you all the time. If they find a way to make every story about you or something that you did together, there's probably a good chance they have some feels. When songs on the radio remind you of them or things you did together, says Ross G., 28. Granted, you might not know about all of these instances because, it's pretty personal. But if you ever get sent a meme or text with a "this made me think of you," things are looking up in the love department. 11. They find any reason to bring you up to their friends and family. Literally any reason. When I'm in love, that person typically comes up more often than not in conversation with my friends and family, says Hayden K. It's like everything you talk about reminds you of a story with them. Since you're probably not always with their inner circle solo, pay attention to what their friends say when you do see them. If your SO's pals ask about the new promotion or hobby milestone you didn't tell them about, that's a sign your SO brags about you and wants their friends to like you. 12. They want to learn about your past. Someone who loves you is usually pretty eager to know everything about you, including who you were when you were younger and how you became who you are today. If they're asking a lot of questions about your past, your family, and your background, and remembering the details, that's a pretty good sign they're in love. What you need to know about priority dating. 13. They don't get FOMO when they're with you. If someone has the option to go out with their friends, 90% of the time, they're going to go out with their friends. But if the question is, hang out with friends or hang out with you, and they make plans with you instead, that is a great sign. I know I'm not having FOMO when I'm with them, says Matt D. This is because love shifts our perspective, Bullock says, so hanging with the brothers doesn't feel quite as important as it once did. 14. They don't freak out when you cry. Okay, yes, so anyone in your life who cares about you should be able to handle a few tears. That said, crying is super vulnerable, especially in front of a new romantic partner. If you can have a little breakdown in front of your person without feeling awkward, embarrassed, or worried about scaring them off, that's a good sign you're both in love. 15. You are the first person they tell good news. It's a little bit of a cliché, but for good reason. If you're the first person they want to tell about their new job, big promotion, or finally scoring tickets to see their fave musician of all time, things are certainly looking like love. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and do not forget to share your experiences in the comments below. Please subscribe and share your stories.